Yeah, my name is Dan. Diesel 5001, government name Daniel.
Yeah.
I'm a rapper, singer, producer, recording engineer, DJ. I host events. I've had my podcast before. I hosted internet radio shows. A little bit of everything. I try to help people out as much as I can. People have been really kind to me, so I like to pay my blessings forward and put a little paint where it ain't, so to speak. And I was that shy kid that never said a word to anybody. I had the lowest self-esteem in the world. So now, like, I'm on stage or on camera or whatever, always, showing out and being expressive and trying to live, like, my inner light to everyone. I want to prove that anybody can do that, and, like,
Yeah.
and it's okay to be who you are. First and foremost, love yourself and be who you are. That's the biggest example or model that I want to try to, express to people and get them to realize themselves.
I love that. I like the term "put paint where it ain't."
Mm.
I like that. It's kind of like there's a blank canvas, and it's like, you know what, this could use a little bit of this right here. Use a little bit of this right here.
Yeah, spices a variety of life.
Yeah, like basically like helping lift other people up, right? Being that support anchor and
Yeah.
things like that, right?
Yeah.
I love that. It's a great mentality. I think it's very amazing. Needed in this world
Definitely.
forever. Actually, it's gonna be like I do believe that there's no way to be successful in this life. There's no such thing. I'm starting to believe as self-made millionaire or self-made success story.
Mm.
Everyone needed somebody or someone else or a group of people, a group of interactions to get to where they needed to get to. Information, whatever. There isn't just like, hey, I figured it all on my own. No outside influence, no outside help to get anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's never true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could have even just been a stranger saying a kind word to you, because I firmly believe that words from a stranger can save your life. It
Yeah.
could be even like, hey, I really like that shirt. You're like, oh, I feel seen. I was about to jump off a bridge today, but man, thank you. Let me do something else today. That could change your whole timeline,
Yep. Just like that. It's crazy. I always think about that. It's like the butterfly effect, right? How things can go either way.
Yeah.
Daniel, Mr. D's. These what? Anyway. Can you give us all a brief origin story, I guess we can say, of how you grew up, where you grew up, all the way up to the man you are today?
Oh, man. Well, we're going to block out 8 hours, but we'll do like the 10-minute version.
Yeah.
gotcha.
As quick as you possibly can.
I was born in Hollywood, California, which I found out later in life that Hollywood is not a city. So most of my life I was like, man, I was born in Hollywood, blah, blah, blah. Like, you mean LA? Like, no, I was born in Hollywood. Like, no, it's a district in LA. I'm like, oh, well, I guess my life's a lie. But anyways,
Okay.
kind of like Hollywood,
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, born in Hollywood, California. We lived in Inglewood for a while, then Whittier. Then I came out here to San Bernardino when I was about 7. When my parents broke up, and like most people from LA came out to San Bernardino, it was more affordable. It was a lot of open land, a lot of much cheaper prices than Los Angeles. So like we're kind of like the bastard stepchildren of Los Angeles, and that's how most of us come here. So everyone out here has family in LA or somewhere else, but we kind of trickled down to this area, and we scrounge by to do what we got to do to survive. And I say you never grow up soft or you never grow up underachieving in San Bernardino, because you learn the hard way about a lot of stuff. So it's a great testing, proving ground for yourself. And I'm part of a mixed family, and my dad's white, my mom's black, hence the light skin.
Okay.
So growing up in a mixed family, we're also Jehovah's Witnesses. And during that time, those were a lot of, I wouldn't say challenges, but it kind of makes you blood in the water. So
Explain.
well, the whole rhetoric of if you're light skinned, you're soft, whatever, right? So like I had to constantly prove myself. People would try to fight me all the time or test me, whatever. Like I learned how to fight really well just because people thought they could prey on me. So you either learn to be the victim or you learn how to make yourself inaccessible to predators.
Yeah.
I lived on Bell and 13th for a very long time. And just walking from there to my middle school, Arrowview Middle School, I had to go through several gang territories, right? Bloods, Crips, 18th Street, all the LA gangs, all the drug addicts, the child molesters, the devil worshippers, anything you could think of, I had to navigate through all of that just to get to school. And like I remember I joined band in the 7th grade, not because I was like really into playing instruments, but because I can get a saxophone, and a saxophone was a big metal object, and I had a
Okay.
big case to have it in. So that was protection for me. Like, wait, I was ducking drive-bys in the 7th grade, not because I'm involved in any of that stuff, but because I'm just a bystander of that area. So that was like my protection. And, I learned to play it and whatnot, and kind of got me more into music and whatnot. But it was just we had to do what we had to do to survive.
Yeah.
And said being a light skinned, chubby Jehovah's Witness kid, during that time, like people thought that I was soft, so they would always try to test me. And like I didn't want to be a violent person, and I'm not, but I learned how to protect myself, and kind of trickled down into the various other things. But yeah, growing up in this area, it was a big melting pot, of various nationalities and backgrounds. Like most of my friends growing up, where they were Mexican. We
Probably a lot of people think you're Mexican, huh?
yeah. Oh, I get Puerto Rican all the time. Yeah.
Okay, Boricua. Like, hey, mijo, ¿qué
Oh,
tal?
yeah. Like I learned a little Spanish. Like yo entiendes, pero no habla. Like I,
¿No habla nada?
nah, poquito.
Poquito, okay, sí. Okay,
yeah.
está bien.
Oh, yeah.
Entonces.
Like I know enough to order my food.
Got
and talk
you.
to someone, flirt.
Got you.
That's about it.
One burrito, please?
Yeah, es todo? Yes, we good. No cebollas. Yeah.
¿No cebollas?
Mm-mm.
No te
No me
gusta la
gusta.
cebolla?
Mm-mm.
Okay. ¿Te gusta cilantro?
Sí.
¿Tomate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, sí. Just no cebollas.
Adelante, continue.
Yeah. Where was
Melting
that?
pot. Growing up in a melting pot.
Yeah. We see a lot of just various cultures, and it's beautiful. So variety is the spice of life. So it was very hard for me to be like ever prejudiced. Because I come from a big mixed background, and just all the things that I've been around and whatnot. And I always thought that was a beautiful thing. Like I said, I could never date within my race unless I was dating like my sister or something, because there's no other people that specifically had like my multiracial buildup.
Okay.
So I've always loved that. And just being in San Bernardino itself, we had like everybody's poor. If you're poor, you came from, or you came here because it's all you can afford.
Yeah.
That's how it was in the 80s and 90s. So that was always a beautiful thing.